Hey, so today we've got an installation for our L-Track panels for our bed system. And we've got two front panels here and two rear panels here. The way you can tell the difference between the front and the rear panels is these two sides will not be parallel on the rear panels. They kind of slope in a little bit. And then on the front panels, they are parallel. You'll also notice that the front panels have the same top and bottom, whereas the rear panels have a narrower top and a larger bottom. So that's the difference between the front and the rear panels. These are going to fit in the van. The front panels have these mounts, these braces on them, and those are going to face towards the back of the van. So when you install the front panel, it's going to go in here like this, and I'll be showing you more about that later. For the rear panels, they kind of fit the van, so you can see there's a little arrow pointing up, so that means that's going towards the top of the van. And because it has this slight angle to it, it's going to match the angle on the back of the van. So this one's going to fit right over here. I'll obviously remove all this and give you guys a much better shot at it later.
So what tool do you have there?
So I have a little pry tool. It's really just for pulling out plastic clips in vehicles. So for these lower clips here, it's pretty simple. You're gonna get under the edge right here. You'll feel just the edge, so just under the edge. Lift up a little bit, and you can get under the outside piece, and then go inside and lift. Now you're basically expanding. Let me pull it out all the way so you guys can see it from the side. Okay, so you're basically pulling this guy first.
Okay.
Releasing the pressure on this guy and then pulling this guy out. We'll do it one more time really quick. Right here, look for that edge. Okay,
slide in. First edge.
Slide in a little bit. Get in the middle of those two. Pull it out.
Okay.
Get underneath this one, and it'll just pull right out.
And then you have to do.
You have to do all these.
Every single one that you see.
Every single one that you see, all the way across the back.
Okay. And that's just for removing the headliner.
That's removing the headliner. You're also gonna have to remove these two handles right here.
Okay.
Let me grab a fork.
Some van has those, some van does not. I understand. What is it?
Now that I've got all these plugs out, we can move to remove. We can move on to removing these. Now these are going to pull out gently and lift up. That's pretty much it. They have 3 clips.
Okay, that looked like you put.
I swear to God I didn't.
Oh really?
I swear to God I didn't. Let's go try the other side. So flip around the other side just for fun. Just for fun. Okay. Honestly, it's gonna lift, pull forward, and there's 3 clips on it. Oh, this one's on harder. This one's already put on.
There you go. That sounds more like it. Yeah.
There's 3 clips or 4 clips. 1, 2, 3, and then the last one at the bottom here. You tilt it out. Sometimes it stays back. This time it came out. Okay, but that's it. So there's just 4 clips.
Okay.
And they come straight out. You're gonna want to lift it out. Now that I've got all the clips off, I can drop the front of the headliner. Oh, this guy doesn't have it. Normally, there will be a clip in the back right here, holding it into the frame underneath here. So normally you have to pull this down and go up there. But this one just
slides off.
Slides right off.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so we're gonna set these aside, and I'm gonna continue this process and remove the rest of these. Let me check. Remove the light. Plug it.
Disconnecting the light.
So disconnecting the light, just put a little pressure on the inside of this. Right there. There's a little box right there. You can push it in right there. And then you can lift it up. It comes out just fine. Corner comes in. Okay, now we're going to go to the top. And these aren't even in properly. Okay, then you see one right here is in. So we're just going to go underneath that. And lift. This is not even in. This one's in. Underneath that. And lift. Same here. Try and get underneath that.
Okay, so it's much easier and much safer with a tool.
Yeah.
If you just start ripping, then those might break, right?
Those always break.
Yeah.
Those definitely break. There we go. That's it.
Okay.
I have the rear driver's side panel, and you can tell that it's a driver's side panel because it slopes down with the arrow pointing up. we're gonna situate that over here. I'm gonna pull it about 1/8 of an inch off the back wall, and we want it to be parallel with this little crease line right here, and kind of follow that line across. So if I put my finger onto that line, I can hold it in place, line it up at the top, make sure this is kind of off the wall right there. And
Kind
that's
of
the
off the wall
location.
because you don't want any rubbing.
Yeah, we don't want any rubbing, so we're gonna keep it a couple, like 1/8 of an inch off the wall.
Off this wall, off the back.
Yeah, off the back wall, you're good. That's it. And I'm gonna use a self-tapping screw right here and put that in.
Just the self tapper.
Just a self-tap it all the way. Sorry. Perfect. One right here at the bottom.
Okay. Now I'm guessing now you're gonna drill through all the holes.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna follow up. I'm gonna drill through each one of these holes and open it up for the rivets that I'm using. So I put 3 self-tappers in here to align that panel. We have 3/16 rivets on hand. These are set up for 1/4 inch rivets. So if you have a 1/4 inch rivet, you're going to use a 1/4 inch drill bit. You're going to drill this out, drill the wall out, and put your 1/4 inch drill bit, your 1/4 inch rivets in. Because we have 3/16, I'm taking the 3/16 drill bit, drilling it out to 3/16, and putting 3/16 drill bits in. They both work just great. If you have a drill bit stop, you can use one of those to stop it from going too far. I'm just being careful not letting it go to the other wall. So now we're moving on to the front L-track panels. On the back of these panels, they do have a support on them. So you're gonna want that support to sit in the window area and not on top of that. You won't really be able to install it on top of that. But yeah, so you're gonna want that to sit back here, like that. You're gonna wanna line up like we did on the back side. This line is with that same crease down here. As it continues on, put my finger underneath that crease, put this guy on top of it, and it'll sit in about the right spot. Now, on this one, we're gonna be lining up this face with that crease. And we're gonna sit just behind that crease after that radius finishes to kind of give us that flat look right there. And that's square. And that'll go on just like that. And we'll use a self-tapper to hold that in place.
Nice.
That's in.
Go back in, drill all the holes,
Yep. Draw the holes out.
rivets it.
Come back with the rivets.
Okay. And that's pretty much it, right? For the installation. I mean, we're gonna go through the process, but that's pretty
Next
much
time
it.
you'll see me putting rivets on.
Okay.
Okay, so now that I've got all 4 panels tied in with the self-tapping screws, I've got all the holes drilled out in all the panels. I'm just gonna come through and rivet each one of these in place.
I see you have the air compressor one.
Yeah, so maybe a little sound. There's a van running in the background.
Much better than the hand tool that.
air compressor is running this to charge these. Yeah, much better than
Wow.
hand tool. And then once I get all these guys in and I'm done with the panel, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna remove these self-tapping screws and I'm gonna throw rivets in those locations as well.
Got it.
If you want to ever remove these panels, it is possible to use rivet nuts in this case. So if you were going to use rivet nuts, at this point I would remove the panel, remove the self-tapping screws, drill out these holes that you have made at all these locations in the body of the vehicle to fit the riv nut, and then you can use a riv nut gun to install the riv nuts at each one of these locations. Then come back and set this in place and use your M6s or M5s to hold it in place.
A lot more work.
A lot more work. I did that in my van. I didn't do every hole. I did every other hole.
Yeah, technically it is stronger than the rivets.
It is stronger than the rivets.
Yeah. But you don't need, I mean, right? This is plenty of strong.
If you ever want to remove the panels, riv nuts, every other hole's totally fine.
For strength, no reason to do it.
Yeah. For strength, rivets, 1/4 inch, totally fine. My 3/16ths are overkill. The fact that I've got stainless rivets instead of aluminum rivets are also overkill, but
I do want to mention that if people want to get black rivets,
yes,
that will be cool.
You can use black rivets. Yeah. You can find some nice anodized black rivets. That would make it a cleaner look for sure. My hands are totally fine. Okay. As low as it can be on the L-Track. So
the
customer requested that we have this bed as low as possible on the L-Tracks into the window frame area.
So basically this is the lowest you will go. That's maybe almost the same as you just mount it directly onto the frame.
It's about 4 inches. 4 inches above where you would mount this if you direct it, which is another option here. So if we don't have these L-Track panels, it is possible to mount this guy directly to this part of the body right here. Now, this top edge will sit just flush with that area where it starts to tuck in right here.
Okay, it's easier on this side.
On both sides, yeah, it's easier to see without that there. You'll set it in right about this high, and you'll have rivets into this section here. Obviously, this panel will have to be removed, and
that's what these, basically those holes.
That's what these holes are for. So you can directly mount it to the section of the body right there. Yeah.
Okay.
So this customer opted for the L-Tracks, and this is the lowest position he asked for on that L-Track mount. So once you have a friend help you put it in place, definitely recommend using 2 people because the L-Track studs have a tendency to wobble and move around on you. Once you get them in,
shift it all the way back.
Shift it so that it clears that front edge. So when you're mounting the bed up higher, if you're mounting the bed up here, you don't have to worry about this edge right here because that protrudes. It's clear up here. You can shift the bed forward a little bit more. However, when you're mounting it down lower, because that body line kind of comes out, it's going to interact with this edge here. We just need to shift this back just enough to give you a little room right there. And yeah, then washer, nut on the stud. And that's it.
Nice.
That's how you do it. You're going to repeat that on all four bolts on each side. 8 bolts total.
Everything looks good. We're going to start putting the panels on there. Just want to mention something that we haven't talked about. So make sure that the 2 side support are at pretty much parallel to each other. You're going to have the same gap in between to the rear frame, because if you don't do that, the holes might be shifting a little bit. Therefore, your panel might be uneven as well. So just a little tip. Screws. Okay, so pretty much last step, all the panels are in place. We're just mounting this onto the frame, onto the support. Get your MA screws with the washers. And you have 1, 2, 3, 4 panels, 4 screws on each side, other 4 screws on the other side, and you're done. Let's see, this is what the finished product looked like. and we can't wait to show it to the customer when they come back and see what the reaction is. We'll also show a before and after picture and show you guys what they used to sleep on, and now they have a actual bed.